All right, this video is about P Diddy and why the big powers that be is trying to take him down, and they're using our society, our urban community, our hip hop community to take him down. All right, so sit back, enjoy the ride, and listen to this to the end, because you're going to hear a whole nother side of this. Other than trying to tear a black man down, this is how we build each other up and we hold each other together, the same as the other races hold each other together. All right? All right, Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm here, man. I'm going to break this down so y'all understand what's going on, because you got to remember, I was locked up for 26 years, and I wasn't around social media and none of that was going on. So right now, I'm going to speak from a clear, pure state of mind that's not tainted by YouTube, social media, or none of that. Because that's what the problem is. They brought YouTube and social media out, and it gave us all a voice where we could all be somebody, whether we got a YouTube channel or whether we're sitting here and we're gonna, put the comments up and be trolls and rat bastards and try and tear each other down. Because whenever a black man is trying to do anything positive, you always gonna have our own trying to tear us down. You don't see other races doing this to other races. Pay attention, y'all put it in the comments, y'all let me know what white person, what Spanish person, what any other race is sitting there tearing down one of our own like we're doing P Diddy right now. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm here supporting the allegations that went on with P Diddy. Those was his choices, and whatever happened behind those closed doors with him and that beautiful young lady on the screen with him, Cassie, I chose that picture because I want y'all to see how happy they look together. She stayed with this man for a decade, okay? Now we're gonna ride, because you know how we ride at the Mecca. Now, let me tell you how this go. Casamigo and Don Julio is all owned by the same company along with Ciroc. Ciroc was a dying liquor company. I'm going to say that again. It was a dying liquor company that wasn't selling too much liquor, So P. Diddy stepped in. He stepped in and he told them, whatever you making, you understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring it way over that level, and once I do that, then I want y'all to cut me in. Now, he did that. They cut him in for 50% of the profit. So, being it was dying anyway, they said, we're gonna give him a shot. That's the same thing like they did with Master P, back when Master P went to the record label and he told them, give me 85 cents on the dollar. I got everything already done. All I need you to distribute my music, and they've never done that for any other person in the recording industry, but they did that for Master P because they figured, how could I lose? I'm gonna get 15 cents for every dollar, and he's doing everything, but they didn't expect him to blow like he did. It's the same thing when Diddy stepped in and said, Ciroc is dying. Let me breathe life into it, and y'all give me 50%. If I could show you what I could do and I could bring it back to life. So now, P. Diddy did that. He breathed life in it, and he made it a billion-dollar company. Then he tried to go in and try and, renegotiate things and try to say, well, give me my worth. I'm the one that got y'all back to, worth $1 billion and making all this profit. So give me my worth. And he filed a lawsuit. Big mistake in their world. But in regular society, that's the proper business move to make, because he took a dying brand and he made it $1 billion company. So now what they do is, being that they only own 50% of Ciroc and Diddy owns the other 50%, they took Ciroc and they don't put Ciroc in the clubs. They don't put them in the white neighborhoods, to promote them like that. They just promote the Ciroc like in the urban communities and try to make Ciroc like St. Ives or Old English, you know what I mean? Or Coke 45, no disrespect, but the poison for our community. So that's what they was doing with that. So he stepped in and he's like filing a suit saying, no, y'all need to promote my brand that I own 50% of, even though y'all own 100% of Casamigo and Don Julio. Promote my brand with that. And that's what his lawsuit is about. He wanted his worth. He wanted to be promoted the same as them. They said, hold up. You wasn't supposed to get this far. We didn't expect you to get this far. They never expected a black man like Diddy, Jay-Z, Kanye, to be, who they are and worth what they worth in the business community. So now when you get a black man that says, look, I don't breathe life into your company, so therefore I want to cut. I want a bigger cut. I want my stuff to be promoted the same place. When y'all go in the club, right? Y'all put in the comments. When you go in the club, what you see? All this Casamigo and Don Julio. You don't even see, the De Leon in there. That's because they're only getting 50%. So they're pushing what they get 100% of. But it's business. You got to understand that. But once this black man says, I want to get my worth, and he's leading the trend so that when the next blacks go up and get with a liquor company, they get their worth. And they said, no, we wasn't even supposed to let you get where you got. You understand? So therefore, we're not going to push, the Don Julio the same as we do the brands that we own 100% of. And he took them to court. So once he did that, it's okay, check it out, Negro. You're getting a little too big for your britches, So now, Cassie's lawyers, they seen an opportunity where they could file this lawsuit, for old allegations, for old allegations. The time was running out. She filed that. Now, once he filed that, that was real strategic. You know what I mean? The lawyer get a round of applause, man. Cassie's lawyer get a round of applause. And Cassie and her lawyer get a round of applause. All right, relax, y'all. Relax. Let me get this right. Whoa. They both get a round of applause. They chose not only the right time when the statute was running out. That's all y'all talking about. But I'm going to give y'all another side because, like I said, I wasn't privy to YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all the social media like y'all was. So y'all just get caught up in the extravaganza of the glitz and glamour of being able to be somebody. Because you see people do Instagram lives and got 2 people on it. They got 2 people on Instagram live, but they're doing a live. So that means anybody could do a live and, go out on the social media waves, Now, once they did that, you understand? P Diddy had a bigger problem on his hands that y'all not even thinking about anymore. They done pushed that to the side. And that bigger problem was Keefe D. I'm going to give y'all the history on this, so this might be an hour long. That was Keefe D. Now, he had the Tupac situation. Everybody's saying that, he allegedly gave Von Zip, $1 million to give to Keefe D, to allegedly, get, Pac knocked off, So he had that worry where everybody's saying, oh, he going down because he gave him $1 million, he gave $1 million. Everybody found him guilty just by the allegations, because that's how social media is set up. That's how AI is set up. That's how the bots are set up, where the bots just, randomly 24 hours, they just keep repeating whatever they want them to repeat and push whatever they want to push out there, and AI and all of that. So now you got all this going against him with the Keefe D joint. So while that's going against him with the Keefe D joint, he was worried about going to prison. And then and that was a monkey on his back. I used the terminology before. Like how they say a dope fiend got a monkey on his back, where You know, it's like King Kong on his back holding him down so he can't do nothing but just want to shoot dope and feed that gorilla on his back. Forget the monkey, the gorilla on his back. The gorilla on Diddy's back was the Keefe D situation where everybody already convicted him saying that he allegedly gave $1 million to Von Zip to have Tupac whack. You know, that's what he was worried about. And then here comes, remember, that's what was going on, you know, early November. And then here comes Miss Cassie and her lawyer. Say, oh, man, he already got a monkey on his back. He definitely ain't going to try and fight us. You know what I mean, right now? So they put that in, and just to make that go away, because that was dollars, to prevent him going to prison, to focus on him not going to prison by them trying to drag him into the Tupac and Keefe D situation. And let's not forget, you know, the cop Reggie White. We ain't gonna forget him and the, you know, the rat bastard, you know, Mob James. You know what I mean? That whole crew out there, oh man, this is just so pathetic, you know, but you know, I'm gonna break it down so y'all understand. So when they did that, he said, man, what she want, 30 million? You know, 100 million, man, get that to her. You know what I mean? Because I'm still free and I still got 900 million. You know what I mean? And that's where that was at. So now he gives her the money and settles in 24 hours. Once that happened, that was the same thing like one of your comrades filing what they call that they was giving out the stimulus. You know, they see them giving out the stimulus, and we see the stimulus, they got the stimulus money. So now it's like, oh man, you got 200,000 from stimulus by saying you got a fake business with fake workers and what. Let me file it. And then everybody jumped on it. Cause it's, you know, it's like a cattle mentality out here, you know, and this YouTube and social media leads that cattle. So with that cattle mentality, the same way everyone jumped on the stimulus, now they're coming back to snatch everybody up from the stimulus money that they got out for free. It's the same way now. Cassie started a new hustle. You understand what I'm saying? A new hustle, just like the stimulus. You understand? So now you got other females that say, man, I got pictures with P Diddy. You know, all I got to do is say that, you know, P Diddy forced himself on me, or P Diddy put, you know, drugs in my drink. And then we got these rat bastards that he allowed in his circle that's sitting there saying, oh, I seen him put the drugs in the drink. Oh, I seen him do this to the women. I seen him do that to the women. That's the collaboration for the stimulus hustle. You feeling where I'm coming from with this? So now, these dudes don't even understand. They're just jealous that this man has made it this far. So they want to just slander him, and they're not getting nothing out of it. But all they're doing is corroborating the women that's coming out alleging that he did this and that. Not saying if he did it, he didn't. Because I'm going to say it right here like I've been saying it. I don't give a crap, you know, if he's innocent or guilty. I'm from the era of the OJ and Nicole Simpson and, you know, that era where us, the blacks, supported our black people the same way we supported OJ, even though OJ wasn't in our society. OJ didn't even care about the blacks. He went out and married a white woman. Nothing wrong with that. But I was letting it be known. He went out and just said, forget everything black, I'm white now. And he thought he was white. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. So once he did that, you know what I mean? And the Rodney King situation came up, and they had the riots in California behind what the police did to Rodney King, and the blacks stood up and fought for our own people with the Rodney King situation. So then right after that, now, the same system that punished Rodney King was also trying to take one of ours away, which was OJ, even though he didn't give a crap about us, didn't run with us, didn't have nothing to do with us. But the point was, he was black. Remember, the back of the hands mean black and the front mean white. All right, so if I tap the back, that means black, tap the front, that means white. So just because he was black, we held him down. I mean, I just got locked up in 94, and that's where America was at, you know? Then now let's fast forward. We're going to ride. So now we're going to ride to 2020. Now, I come out of jail in 2020, and before you know it, I'm watching our people that got led like cattle, to tear down our own that made it when no other race is doing this to our own people. And that's what I don't understand. I mean, whether you like Puffy or P Diddy or whatever you want to call him, whether you like his business ethics or what or not, just keep in mind that he's one of us that made it. That's our role model. You understand what I'm saying? So now that's our role model. And y'all say, how could he be a role model? He's accused of raping women, he's accused of drugging women, he's accused of this, he's accused of that. Look at the Kennedys. Look what happened with the young girl over in Long Island, and one of them, raped one of them or allegedly raped one of them, however they want to say it. And all of the Europeans stuck behind them and did what they could to keep their own from going down. And then now, here it goes, right? We had George Floyd, they punished George Floyd, kept their foot on his neck until he couldn't breathe, and his last words was, "I can't breathe." The man sat there for 9 minutes with his knee on one of ours necks. I even went to Minnesota. I showed that video. I got this jail cell in the background because this is where you're trying to put our people, where I just served 26 and a half years. And I don't even want the man that told on me to go to jail. I don't want the man or men that murdered my brother and shot him 2 times in the head while he was handcuffed to wind up in prison. I don't want the man or men or women or whoever that was responsible for tying up my mother, doing a house invasion, kidnapping her, pistol whipping her, trying to find a bag. I don't even want them to go to jail. So there's no way I want a man like Puffy to go to jail. There's no way I want a man like Jay-Z to go to jail. Because y'all going to go at Jay-Z next, God forbid, because y'all just so lost out there that as soon as one of us make it, they want to bring us down. You tell me what other black billionaire that we got out there that we know of that came from our environment. Other than Oprah. She's a female, so they let that ride. But now you got a black man that his father was raised in Harlem, and he came off the streets and he became a billionaire. Look at Jay-Z, raised in Brooklyn, became a billionaire. Look at Kanye West, raised in Chicago, became a billionaire. Now, the same way they went at Kanye, we know he speaks reckless and all that, but he speaks his mind because they have a First Amendment. If he was doing something illegal, they would have locked him up for saying the alleged anti-Semite stuff that they said that he said. But they couldn't even do that. So instead, they turned our people against Kanye. They turned our people against Kanye. Whether we believe what Kanye said or not was true. Everybody condemned him. You know what I mean? Look how they took down R. Kelly. Now, R. Kelly, all that crap that he's accused of doing and was convicted of doing is sick. I'm going to say that he's sick. In other countries and in biblical times, in the Islamic times, they would have just stoned him and took his head off. Not promoting violence, but I'm just saying. But for us to want to put one of ours in prison, and I know you're going to say, why'd you bring up R. Kelly? Because y'all trying to compare P Diddy to R. Kelly. We got 50 Cent talking about he wants to make Surviving R. Kelly. Let me tell you, Surviving P Diddy. Let me tell you what that Surviving, R. Kelly video did. Once they put that video out, y'all know who's responsible. Put in the comments who was responsible for that. Once they put out that Surviving R. Kelly, they put these females out here to make all these criminal accusations on TV and got public support to say, lock him up, do this, do that. He's not supposed to this, he's not supposed to that. And therefore, from them doing that, you understand? It gave the authorities more than enough ammunition to lock up one of ours, and we know what R. Kelly was convicted of is sick, you know what I mean? And Even though I say that no man belongs in jail, I'm from the street, so I got another form of justice other than prison. But I'm not even going to speak on that because I don't want the rat bastards and flip-flop wearing and public trolls to twist it out of proportion. So I'm not even going to speak my mind on that. But what I want to say about that is we only got a handful of blacks that made it, man. And here they go. As we make it, we got them trying to tear us down, which is sick. Look how, okay, let me tell you what they do. They got these laws that they sit back, like they sat back and they came up with the crack law and the mandatory minimum, and the so-called war on drugs. When black men, minorities, like me and you, figured out a way to make millions in their country. And of course, we wasn't paying taxes because there was no one that educated us to it. They just flooded our neighborhood with this drugs, being that we had good mathematical skills and business skills and entrepreneurial skills. We took it and we blew up. And again, I'm going to say it because, I know I got a bunch of rat bastards on here. I apologize to my community for poisoning my community. I take full responsibility for that. And I deserve to be put in prison. I don't wish no man to go in prison, but I deserved to go to prison for poisoning my community. And I just don't feel that I deserve to get life because there's no room for rehabilitation or a second chance when you say life with no parole, because that's what I was sentenced to, life with no parole. So this is the tool that they used to bring us down when we was making our way to the top, right? Now, then they came out with their hip-hop police. So, let's use a victim of the hip-hop police, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was at the top of his game. Lil Wayne was on everybody's collaboration. Lil Wayne. Did you even hear about Lil Wayne anymore? They said, oh, no, this little nigga getting too big now. We got to take him down. So they sent the hip-hop police to get him. They locked him up in Rikers Island for a year. He came home, career ain't never been the same, but he still get mad royalties because he owned his masters, da-da-da-da. He went after Baby because he said Baby wasn't paying him. Y'all know the whole rule with that. But imagine, he went at Baby, said that he owed him $50 million. Baby wound up settling and all that. Now, that's no different than, Diddy saying, hold on, y'all giving me crumbs because you're not putting my deli-owned liquor that I own 50% of with y'all in the clubs, in this promoting it. You're not promoting it in the same places that you're promoting the other two liquor brands that you own, Casamigo and Don Julio. And I'm taking you to court for that. He said, oh, no, this nigga too big. I didn't going to step up on you like that. And go, who do you know who he is? What was he forgetting? That this is American, we run this? So, the lawyer, gets with Cassie and said, let's bring him down. Because they got over 100 lawyers, worth trillions of dollars. And they sicked them on him because they know he got he got the little billion. So they say, okay, well, he got $1 billion, we got trillions. So we're going to put $1 trillion into bringing him down because we definitely don't want them to look up to nobody. Look at the way Obama got in office and everything that he put in office. As soon as Donald Trump came in, the first thing he did and his party wanted him to do was tear down everything he did so that there was no trace of a black man ever in the White House. In 50 years, you won't even remember Obama other than the Obamacare. And the only reason they can't take the Obamacare away is because they have the Suboxones, which is the new form of methadone tied in with it. And it's so many, Europeans, that's hooked on the fentanyl and need the Suboxones, and they can't afford to buy it. So Obama put it where in his Obamacare, they get free Suboxones, which is free methadone, to get them off the drugs. So they can't get rid of that. But I tell you one thing, the first chance they get, they're going to try and get rid of that Obamacare. Do you think they want in the next 50 years, do you think they want to hear that one of their own is saying that, Oh, I got to go get Obamacare. That's like I got to go get nigga care. You know what I mean? That's how they look at it. It irks them to think about Obamacare. 50 years from now, a little white kid saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go get Obamacare." They don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? So that's why they're trying to do away with that. So now, they done came up with the hip hop police. Then they came with the RICO. Now, they used the RICO and the CCE to bring us down with the drugs. So they used it for all of us that was kingpins and selling drugs back then. And then now, here it is, I come home 20 years later, and now they're using it against our rappers. Look at Honeycomb Brazy. He just come home. You look at his videos. He got about 10, 20 people, behind him. That's a RICO. To them, that's a RICO. Because all you got to have is 5 or more people. And he got over 10 walking with him. So that's what they're going to try and use at him. So, young man, Mr. Honeycomb Brazy, make sure, because you got the bag, dog. And I'm proud of you. And you definitely get a round of applause from me. You definitely get a round of applause from me. All right, y'all. Relax. He gets a round of applause because that young man came out and already have a movement and is already creating jobs in Alabama. All those people walking behind him, those are jobs he's creating. So you understand. The people filming him and, us making YouTube videos about him, those are jobs that Honeycomb Brazy created since he been home in less than a month. How many of y'all of YouTube done got 100,000 views, even 50,000, even 10,000 views, and got a paycheck from YouTube for talking about Honeycomb Brazy? So you're part of his RICO right now. You know what I mean? They'll try and use you as a part of his RICO. Because they'll say that you're promoting his criminal activity when they try to figure out a way to make him get in the legal bag criminal. The same way they have the young man, young thug, sitting in prison fighting for his life, talk about his trial is going to last a year. What trial lasts a year? Y'all been watching this. It's day 7 and it's already getting boring because it's a bunch of foolery. But they knew that young man was going to rise to the top, and the way he was moving, y'all got to understand this. Jay-Z right now, we're going to take Jay-Z because I can't use, Diddy in this situation because y'all already condemning him and trying to throw him under the rug. Jay-Z. If Jay-Z decided to run for political office, how many of you would vote for him? And don't say, no, I wouldn't vote for him. Because look what they did. They voted Ronald Reagan, a movie star, in to be the president of the United States. They voted Arnold Schwarzenegger, in to be the governor of California. So you tell me how far-fetched it is for Jay-Z to be the governor of New York City if he was to choose to run. But Jay-Z is smart. He know they're not going to let one of us get that far up the totem pole, so he's keeping his head below the grass. Diddy, however, he put his head above the grass and he's trying to see where it's a greener pasture to say, hold up, y'all selling Casamigo and Don Julio, you know what I mean, and all the clubs, and you don't have De Leon in the club because I own 50% and y'all own 100% of Casamigo and Don Julio, you know what I mean? I'm taking it to court because, that's called monopolizing. You know what I mean? Y'all are blackballing me out the clubs, and from the promotion when you own 50% of my joint. But because you only own 50%, you don't want to promote it. Do you think that's a consequence? Do you think that's a coincidence? Do you really think that's a coincidence? Come on, y'all. Wake up, man. Wake up. You got to think deeper than that. You know what I mean? Now, you just go put in, if you didn't already, just put in Diddy in the algorithm. And you see the craziest stories about Diddy. the craziest stories. They even went now to try and put him in R. Kelly's category to make sure our people turn against him. And they even propped up a 17-year-old, well, a young lady that was 17 years old at the time. They showed pictures that she was with him. Mind you, in New York, the consensual age to, is 17. So she was at consensual age in New York. But now they're saying that Diddy did this and that to a 17-year-old girl, but where was her mother? We know her father was probably in jail like they had me and the rest of the blacks in jail, how they did us. You understand what I'm saying? Where was her mother? And I'm not defending none of that. Let's get that right. I'm not defending none of that. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying he's innocent. So don't think that this video is about supporting Puffy. This is about supporting our race, our culture. This is about us sticking together. Look how they have 99 charges against Donald Trump. And his people is still supporting him with 99 charges that he was criminally charged with. P Diddy wasn't criminally charged with anything, but y'all already convicted him. You convicted P Diddy when Donald Trump was charged with 99 counts. And his people is still holding him down. We are the only race that's tearing down our own people. But the only ones. They're trying to... Donald Trump can really win Super Tuesday, and beat out all those people. You don't even know what other Republicans is running to be president for 24. You don't even know. You can't even tell me one other person probably. 9 out of 10. Probably 1 out of 10 people, 1 out of 100 people, maybe 1 out of 1,000 know of someone else that's running for president for the Republican Party. But that's how much they're holding their own down. And Donald Trump was charged with the same crimes, with the essay and all of that. You know what I mean? He was charged with all that. You even saw they showed videos with this man saying that, in the trailer right before he went up, they tried to bring him down and where he said, "Oh, if you're trying to get a girl, you just grab her by the grab her by the pee." You know what I mean? He said this out his mouth. And they released the tape, and the Republicans thought that the people was going to go against him. But he didn't realize that this was white people they dealing with. If it was blacks, they would have condemned him, and he would have never made it to the president. But being that he was white, he could say out his mouth that he grabbed him by the pee. Come on. Do y'all understand the words that coming out of my mouth, or this is too deep for you? Is this too deep for you? I mean, please tell me. This is just ridiculous, man. I mean, it's ironic that after Diddy filed the lawsuit asking to get his worth, then now here comes these criminal lawsuits. I mean, these civil lawsuits, and you know what I mean? And Cassie was the first of the cattle to move forward, and now we have these other cattle followers, you know what I mean, with the cattle mentality that came in, and they want their stimulus. They want their Diddy stimulus. That's what it is. We gonna call it, they want their Diddy stimulus, So everybody figure, okay, man, she got 100 million, man, if he give me one, I'm good. You know what I mean? This is where it's at. Welcome to the urban community in the United States. This is what this has turned to. And I think it's sad. You know what I mean? I think it's sad. Now, Diddy, he foregone $50 million plus, risking his legacy by taking these people to court. And I'm not being biased, so please don't think I'm being biased, and don't think that I'm on Diddy's side. I'm on the black side. I'm on our side. But this social media done got everybody twisted up. We don't even know what it is. You don't think that, that it's convenient for them to all of a sudden, all of this is coming at Diddy now that he filed this lawsuit saying that he won his. I think it was George Clooney put up $1 billion to get Casamigo. Not a million, $1 billion to get Casamigo. And they promoting the hell out of it. I was downtown in a club where Suki, did a song called Casamigo. I put Casamigo in my cup, poured in my cup, poured in my cup. I even got the video footage I put up on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Unique Mecca Audio. You know, um, and of course, my Cash App is on the screen. I don't care if it's $1. If you don't want to give a nigga $1, just sit there and give me an emoji. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and just leave an emoji or something. Let me know you appreciate what I'm doing. But Casamigo got their own song that they promoting, and they're using one of us to promote the song, to promote the brand. But yet they don't want to promote, the De Leon because one of us own 50%. You don't think that's ironic? I mean, come on, man. The only reason, right? The only reason that we can't see it, well, not even gonna say we. The only reason why you can't see it, those of you that don't see it, because some see it. The only reason those of you that can't see it is because you got blinded by this social media. I was away for 3 decades approximately, 26 and a half years I was away. So I wasn't privy to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all this social media crap. So I came out with a fresh mind so I could see things for what it is. So that's why I started this YouTube channel to wake up my people. Think about that. Is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence that as soon as Diddy files a lawsuit to get what he felt was his worth, being the first cattle, the first cow, meaning the first black man to own a liquor brand, where he's trying to show him that the people that come behind me, my people that come behind me, we should be given our worth. And I'm willing to jeopardize, my legacy and everything to stand up for my people and file this lawsuit to get my worth for bringing your dying brand of Ciroc that I breathed life back into to make $1 billion company. And when I got with it, it wasn't making nothing. Y'all didn't even know what Ciroc was until Diddy, put his face behind it. I mean, let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? I mean, this is just so crazy that someone could just come out and make an accusation about someone, and all of a sudden they're guilty. They make an accusation and now they're guilty. Think about that. Is that a coincidence that all these women is coming out now? People talking about what happened 30 years ago. 30 years ago. First of all, if he violated the law 30 years ago, he should definitely get his justice for that. But none of this was ever reported for 30 years. Cassie was with this man for over a decade. Look how happy she looked right there with him. Look how happy she looked. She wound up, Diddy was seeing other women doing whatever, and he wasn't showing the attention she needed. He got her a trainer to get her in shape and keep everything right so he can get her moves right and she healthy. And she winds up sleeping with the trainer, winds up, getting pregnant by him, then marrying the trainer, and then they move out to a little house, and their little walls are caving in, and it's no more the big mansions and penthouses. And she wanted in. She felt she deserved the cut. I know y'all hate me for saying that, but I got to speak the real. I know y'all hate me for saying that. Her little walls was caving in, being out, giving up the mansions and the millions with Diddy to get with the trainer. So the lawyers came in and said, man, they got this suit that we could file, that the expiration date get ready to go out, that right now, with that gorilla on Diddy's back from the Keefe D situation, he's not going to fight you. So I know we could get this 30 million. But he ran to settle so quick because he wanted he wanted, the monkey is heron. Keefe D was the heron. Cassie was the cocaine. That's speedball. For those of y'all that know street terminology, what I'm saying. So now, they tried to get Diddy the speedball. You know what I mean? They already got they're already trying to force him into this heron. you know, situation, which is the Keefe D Tupac situation. So now they bring in the cocaine to mix the two. You understand? And he said, whoa, I can't sit here and do that. Let me just give her this money. So now she asked for 30 million. Now you ask yourself, how did it go from 30 to her getting over 100 million? Approximately, allegedly. Because he came in so quick, they said, nah, I see you want this cocaine off your back, and you got to pay for that. You know what I mean? And they don't, that lawyer was back. That lawyer get another round of applause. That lawyer get another round of applause. And Cassie, we can't not give Cassie her props. Relax, y'all. You know what I mean? They all get their props, you know? But it's irresponsible, right? It's irresponsible for women to be able to have the ability through this law that they put in place to take down the ones they wanted to take down, to make any accusation against a man from decades old, in order to take him down, and he can't defend himself because we have this social media and YouTube that's really the new court system. Guilty by social media. You know what I mean? And everybody watch social media. So imagine him going to trial for that when everybody's watching all these crazy allegations and all these people coming in. So whoever they pick for the jury, you know what I mean? They're already going to have it in their mind that he's guilty because we done convicted him here on social media. Well, not we, y'all. Because I'm not convicting nobody from social media. I don't just believe anything that I hear, you know? So when it comes to, this is just so, you know, when it comes to somebody making an accusation against somebody and just smearing their name, and then they could be convicted of that, that's when we at a sad time, you know? Now, the same way, you know, let's bring it back. You know, I like to, you know, make sure, I'm giving y'all a lesson. I feel like a professor right now. The same way, you know, they use the hip hop police to get Lil Wayne. The same way they use the RICO to get the new rap dudes back then. All this started, like I said, from the crack era with the mandatory minimum they used to get the blacks off the street that was making millions and wasn't paying tax. And yes, we was poisoning our community. And again, I apologize for poisoning my community. I served 26 and a half years. Is that not enough? Okay. But then now, so you understand. Now, this is no different than how during the crack era, you understand? They came and they got our comrades, you know, to say that they bought drugs from us. Now, they not only said they bought 1 key or 1 gram from us, they said they bought 50 keys from us to blow us under the water. And this is the way this thing works. You know, so it's the same way they got the females coming out saying Diddy did this, Diddy did that. You know what I mean? And then they got the bodyguards and his comrades, you know what I mean? And, you know, his competition. Y'all know who the competitions are. And you wonder, why is he doing this? How could you sit there and say you want to put out a video saying that, you know, surviving Diddy when you saw what that video did to R. Kelly? To try and put one of ours in jail. Tell me, what white man, what white entertainer, what white musician would do something like that, saying that they're going to take down Brad Pitt? What's that boy name? Hold on. What's that man name? Because I want you to think I'm being, you know, disrespectful. What's that man name? I think it was Charlie Sheen. The one that was on 2.5 Men. Look how he was wilding with all of those girls. You know what I mean? Remember, he was getting high. He was giving them drugs. You know, he was getting high himself. He was doing everything, allegedly. You know what I mean? But you didn't see the people go against him like that. I think it was Charlie Sheen. You put in the comments if I'm right or wrong. But you didn't see his people going against him like that. And he was in the media every day. Look at little Lindsay Lohan, everything she was doing. Even her people held her down. When are we going to hold our own down? That's all I want to know. When are we going to hold our own down? But instead, we condemn our own. Like I said, we the only race that condones our own. I'm speaking from experience because I wasn't emerged in YouTube and social media because I was stuck and I was sitting outside of the ecosystem of the social media world where I wasn't brainwashed by it. I wasn't led by it. So I could see things for what it is, and I'm trying to bring it to you so you too can see it. You know, I watch politics from outside the ecosystem. I watch these laws come about from outside the ecosystem. When y'all was caught up in the vertex, I'm sitting in a cell, just like, you know, Cassie was sitting in her little room, you know, wherever her so-called mansion was, whatever you want to call it. That wasn't nothing to what Puffy had to living in with penthouses here, penthouses there, and mansion here, mansion there. So we call it a little room, you know. Even if she was in a 10-bedroom mansion, you know, that's a little room compared to what she was exposed to. So those 10 rooms was caving in on her like this. The same way the walls was caving in on me in the prison because I was missing what I was used to, just like she was missing what she was used to. And they came and told her we could get the bag from him because your people is going to support you, because your people don't want to see none of your people make it out of the crab barrel. So we can get your people to support you and get you the bag and get the walls to stop caving in. You know? And that's what the lawyers did. You understand? I mean, and it's so crazy because, you know, people is emerged in YouTube and social media so much that they believe anything they hear. And then the way YouTube and the social media is set up, you get a profit for anything. You get a revenue. You get a check for any false propaganda you put up there. Not saying that, you know, what they're accusing Diddy of is false. That's definitely not what I'm saying. Let me say that for the record. But I'm just saying, you know, a lot of it is bullcrap. You know what I mean? But you already know. But, you know, because here it is. I mean, nobody went to the police. Nobody reported nothing. No one even told a friend. Nobody did anything. And then here it is, 30 years later. They, this happened. Give me 20 million. You know what I mean? Come on, dog. Where do they do that at? You know what I mean? Now, y'all think it's cute to tear down your own until it happens to you or someone close to you. You think it's cute to tear down your own until it happens to you or close to you within your backyard where now it affects you. And the same way that you're allowing them to do this to Diddy is the same way they could use that against you. Don't think that you ain't got enough money for them to do it, because that's just a weapon. Listen, the law is being weaponized right now. They're using the law as a weapon to tear down our own. They're using the social media as a weapon to tear down our own. When are you going to wake up? I hope y'all listening to this video, instead of just being trolls and rat bastards, open your mind to what I'm saying. And you tell me what other race is doing this to its people. You tell me in the comments what other race is doing it to its people, and tell them, talk to about it. Y'all talk in the comments among yourself. Y'all tell me. Because I may be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I've been going 26 years. So maybe I'm missing something. I don't know everything. You know what I mean? I just know what I'm seeing. Because it's like I was in a, you know, like I was frozen in a freezer for 26 years. And then now they thrown me out and bring me out here. So I'm an old dinosaur, so I see it different. You know, like I said, I come from the era where, you know, when you get money, whether it's drug money, legal money, entertainment money, you know, you have multiple women and you do whatever you want. And the women even have multiple men. Look how, because, we don't want to just make it like it's about the men doing it. Look at, what's her name? Demi Moore. Demi Moore went and married young Kushner. Up-and-coming actor trying to come up. He gets with Demi Moore, who was with Bruce Willis. She leaves Bruce Willis to get with this young man. That was 20-something years old when she was 40-something, maybe even 50, But I mean, just look at Demi Moore, Nobody said nothing about that. Then look at, what's the Playboy boy name from The Mansion? Hugh Hefner. He married 2 young girls in their 20 twins. And then had like multiple women living with him in the penthouse. You didn't see them running to no courthouse saying that I was a sex slave. I was Hugh Hefner's sex slave. What happened to that? But Diddy lives with this young lady, helped her career, helped her with everything, and then gave her everything. No one saw any signs of nothing. She never gave any hint of any ill abuse. She never even said a word until the statute of limitation was getting ready to run out and she wanted to get the Diddy stimulus. And she got it. Round of applause to Cassie. Round of applause to Cassie. Round of applause to Cassie. Let's give Cassie a round of applause. You that chick, Cassie. You know what I mean? You that chick, man. You know what I mean? You done got the Diddy stimulus and you done opened the door for all the other females that got a picture of him, that was anywhere near him, where even his baby mother, that he was with before he even blew up, she said, hold up, how you give this little girl $100 million? I got your son, I raised your son, and I dealt with all this crap with you. And you give her $100 million? Oh, I'm going in for my Diddy stimulus too. Welcome to the Diddy stimulus. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, dog. I've been on here long enough, man. I just wanted to let you know this. If you agree with this, you understand what I'm saying? If you truly agree with what is happening right now, right? When it happens to you or close to you, then you're going to pray for God to come in and save you. The same way Diddy praying for God to save his ass now. You know what I mean? So you can laugh at Diddy now and think it's cute, But when somebody at your job, see that you done blew up and bought a Mercedes-Benz and got married and bought a nice house and living a nice, comfortable life, and then they come and they hit you for that Diddy stimulus, then you're going to pray to God. And remember this, you will never be blessed. You will never be blessed in life until you make it right. That goes for Diddy too. And for y'all that think it's cute to try and tear him down. I didn't hear not one person get up here and say anything about, well, Diddy has an addiction. Let's get him into, what they call it, sexual rehab. He's addicted to sex. But when the white people have issues like this, they call it an addiction, and they have rehabs, and like how they got the AA, they got the AA for sexual addicts, for sexual deviants. They got an AA for everything except for us. When it's us, throw them in jail, lock away the key, take all his money and strip him, and just make him another knocker again. That's a shame, man. Can't y'all see it? What do you have to do to see this? I'm baffled here. I'm just coming home, so please put in the comments and let me know. And be respectful, because I'm letting you know now, you trolls and rat bastards and flip-flop win in public, I will just block you and you go somewhere else, because my channel is not about views. I run a gangster channel, and I give you gangster information from a gangster's point of view. And just because I'm black, I sold drugs, don't make me a gangster. The real gangsters is going to run for office in 2024. Those are the gangsters. Those are the real gangsters. Remember that. I'm just a soldier delivering a message. And if you can't comprehend this message, then I will pray for you. We only got a handful of men that made it to the level that this man made it. Him, Kanye, Jay-Z, y'all know other ones that I don't have to mention, but those are the main ones that y'all know. And Jay-Z, be careful, because I love you. I love your music. I love everything you're doing, because if you stick your head above that grass like Diddy did, you know they're going to get you too. The same way they got your boy Kanye. You know what I mean? Even though he a little reckless with the mouth, But let me tap out, man. Been on here long enough. Cop the book of Raw in Harlem. You want to know who I am. Cop the book of Raw in Harlem. Subscribe, hit the notification button to get the notification with the bell. Like the video and share this video. Let's get the message out that we must stick together. And don't let social media tear us down. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.